What's up guys, it's Zgood here and we're back for another episode on Minesuperior Survival Emeralds. Today we're gonna show you how you can build a sugarcane farm. Easy as that. This is one of the most simple ones to build. How you actually start off, what you need, and what you get from it. So let's get into the video. So basically, this is my current setup for a sugarcane farm. It's a small one, which still needs a lot of work and some sugarcanes, which I just noticed are missing. It bugs out from time to time, which is fairly annoying. The server has been doing that lately, and I don't know why. It has been pushing out some random pistons. Oh, there are still torches here. I should remove those. Ooh, I hope someone didn't see that. Um, Basically, this is my current setup. I have one, two, three chunks, and this is going to be my fourth. You're allowed a total of four farms to which are set up. You're only allowed four chunks, which is too bad, but I get why you shouldn't build more because it's going to lag the server. It's a lot of redstone. So I actually only have four chunks of farming which is going to be built, and wow, there's really a lot of pistons out here which are broken. Okay, um, I should check all of these sooner or later to see if it all works. So basically what you need is a simple building block. I build with stone brick. I like the look of it. It makes my base look fairly industrial, and I like the industrial type. You're going to need to decide where you're going to build and how you're going to start it. For me, I just built up a couple of blocks, built a platform, and then I started placing the dirt for it. So what I can recommend is if you're going to build a big one right away, I started with a small one over there, but if you're going to build a big one right away, you should measure out the dirt. So basically, this is the end of the chunk, so this is still allowed from it's basically playing with the rules a bit. The actual farm is still within the chunk. It's only the water which is outside of this chunk. This still gets collected by the chunk collector, which is great. And this is all just right on the edge. And basically, once this sugarcane grows, this redstone block will give the signal for the piston to drop right away. You won't see the motion happening anytime. They turn that off through the flag. And basically that will happen for all these rows. Sugarcane will only grow with water next to them. That's why we have these long ass waterfalls all the way up top. All the way up top, I built a scaffolding. Let's turn the chunk borders off really quick. I built a scaffolding for water so that the sugarcane farm is fully hydrated. And then you can see right here, I just built up the levels. So basically, the build is all the same. You start with dirt right here, and then you place a random block on there. Then you place a redstone block, a piston facing towards the sugarcane. Then another random block for me, that's stone brick. Then one dirt next to it, and then you repeat the process all over again with water next to it. As soon as you're done building, you can place your sugarcane down, and it will start making money. Now, I did say that I was going to tell you in the last video how much this farm makes me in about 180 minutes. So I got the screenshots saved up, and I will post them in this video right here. So let me see how I'm gonna post them or how they are gonna show up, but they will show up in the screen right about now. And if I remember correctly, the prices were between 35 to 46k in these three chunk collectors. So let me do the math real quick. Well, let's say one was 40k, one was 35, and one was 45. That's what I'm guessing. I should have prepared this actually, very stupid of me. Let's see, that's about 120k in 180 minutes. So basically, a chunk collector can only be sold in 180 minutes. So now in chat, 123 minutes left. That's what this farm size makes me in 180 minutes, which is not bad. Now it's starting to add a couple of rows up here. I'm gonna add a couple of rows up here. I've got my tools with me. Basically, the only things you need is redstone block, piston, and another building block. And later I'm gonna pick up the dirt for this. Um, Basically, making pistons is also a lot of work. So I recommend setting up your storage or at least an extra storage area just like this. Have your iron, have your redstone, your cobblestone, your wood right next to each other, and then just grab 5 or 6 pieces of iron, 6 stacks of iron actually, 6 stacks of redstone, a couple stacks of cobblestone, a couple stacks of logs, and just start making the pistons and then put them in the chest, and you repeat that process until you are out of iron or redstone or whatever. Personally, I mine my own iron. I only use a shop to buy redstone. It's not that expensive once you've built a decent sized chunk collector farm. The redstone is a pretty cheap investment, and therefore I don't have to mine that much. So that's why I do that actually. And this is how I build it. I get money for building it because I'm placing blocks. So I'm gonna build it level 26, and if I build at my quickest, let me see how much we can actually make. 46 a tick. So if you build quickly, you can make about 30 to 46 a tick, which is an extra money while building this. But the only downside is if you're a farmer like me, when placing the sugarcane, you will lose money because you're placing sugarcane, and that's actually pretty annoying. So if you don't like to farm, but you do like to set up other farms, probably you shouldn't join farmer. If you see my other videos, I will pop up here how to make 100k within a couple of minutes. It's very easy, very fast. If you're new, please watch that and go up to that. I also wanted to thank everyone the support on my last video by Devil, by Eli, by Isa, a lot of other people in the comments who supported me, watched videos, hit that like button, subscribed. I got a lot of new subscribers in the last couple of days, which was really awesome. I'm really trying to grow the channel, and I've got some cool ideas I'm gonna roll out soon. Seeing as I got legend rank, I got this through dealing. I wanted to set up some kind of way for me to give giveaways as well. And that is with in-game money, with rare items that I might buy off AH of someone, spawners, starter kit for building your own farm, my help for you to build your own farm if you're in trouble. Mail me or ask for my Discord. I might set up a Discord group for us. I don't know about all these ideas, but I got a lot cooking up. I'm writing them down. I'm wanting you guys to join the community for us to get big together, to get a big Minesuperior community and a fan base for me. That's my ultimate dream. So basically, if you do enjoy these ideas, leave a comment. If you got any of these yourself, if you want to help me out, anything like that, if you want to donate for a giveaway, if you want your work mentioned in my video, anything like that, please say so. And I will pop also a screenshot of another type of farm, a sugarcane farm. It's a little more complicated, but from what the guy said, it's more efficient. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Let me see if he's on right now. He is he on? He is not on right now. He has a farm which has a very different type of design, but it takes a lot longer to build. But seeing as you're only allowed to have 3 chunks of farming, or 4 chunks of farming, actually, sorry, my bad. I don't know what you would prefer, if you would prefer building it a long time for it to be complicated. That will be your choice. I don't know how to build the other one, but the guy is DXRP. If you want to have a look at his farm, he'll probably show it to you. I don't know if he has a warp set about it. He didn't say anything, but you should definitely check out his farm. And so for now, I'm gonna explain the chunk collector bit. So if you're already familiar with the chunk collectors, let me get into that in 1 minute. Now I'm just placing pistons. Wow. Basically, you place the pistons on top, you place another stone, and that's it. That's the whole design you're gonna have. Oh, that was almost gone wrong. That's the whole design you're gonna have for your farm. Basically, I'm gonna build this all the way up to there, and once that's done, in the meanwhile, I'm digging out this right here. While I'm digging this, is actually AFK in the farm up top. I'm gonna dig out this, then I'm gonna measure out all the way to the bottom to build the farm all the way to the bottom. These 4 chunks to get them all filled in. And basically how these chunk collectors work. So chunk collectors are upgradable. Right here you can upgrade their range by chunk. So basically now it collects only the chunk in the middle, the chunk that it's in right now. And if you upgrade it, it will collect the chunk above, to the left, to the bottom, and to the right. So a plus shape. So it will collect this one, the storage right there, this one, and this one. But the reason why we don't do that is because right now there's $14,000 in it, and mostly, well, it is all sugarcane. So let me grab the calculator real quick. 20,000 sugarcane. How much is sugarcane actually worth? That's always nice to know. 0.7. So basically, let's grab that 20,000 and do it times 0.7. Weird. Let's do the official math. 20,249 times let me see, 0.7, right? Actually the money that's in here, okay? I don't know how it exactly goes, but my best guess is this is the money that it's worth right now to crop, and then you will lose 1.2% cell degradation. So basically, your crops are going to be worth 1.2% less. The more amount of crops there's going to be in here, the less it's going to be worth. So if we hop into this one, it's actually minus 1.37, and it has 16,000 in it. And this one has 18,000 in it and it has minus 1.55. If I had it set up with one chunk collector right here in a plus shape, which would collect that chunk of the sugarcane farm, it will collect a lot more items in one chunk collector, and the cell degradation will become lower. If you vote a lot, you might get chunk collectors. On AH, people might tell them, just look around, we'll just start with one chunk farming instead of 3 or 4. Just start with one of them, or set it up with a collector. It's also possible, but I recommend starting with one chunk and just picking it up by here. Build it in an area where you're gonna be a lot. So basically, this is my storage right here where I TP to. This is my villager farm. And up here is the iron farm, which I'm actually going to talk about. So the iron farm, we have some sad news. The iron golem farm isn't actually working right now. I've done some changes to see if it worked on this way, but it doesn't seem like I can make it to work. I've looked at several different videos, and some say it has to do between that this is all still considered village. Some say because of the server might not work because of the server. The zombie is supposed to be positioned right. I could move it down a block. I'm going to test that later. But I've had 4 iron golems in the beginning and not anymore. They spawn very rarely even, so I don't even know if it's worth figuring out if they would spawn. It's probably just better to set them up for perfect trades, mending, silk touch, and cheap products for you to trade them to for emeralds. Or maybe a blacksmith for iron. I don't know if he actually trades iron. I'm gonna have to look into that. Your second best option to get iron is actually spawners, but I will explain that in a later video to you guys. If you guys got any ideas, any requests for me, let them know in the comments. That will be it for today.